Hello, once again, my friends. This is Marksman again, and we're doing another keyboard. Today, this is the Tiger80. This is a premium 10 keyless keyboard from KBD fans. The Tiger80 is it kind of comes in at a sort of budget-y price. It's at least a lot more in line with something like the QK or the Zoom, being around 200 to 250. It's got a custom tape mod. Look at that thing. It's so cute. There's a lot of really good things about this kit. They include quite a bit of stuff. Here's the PCB. It's got a integrated daughter board, which is always nice. Some cherry plate mount stabs. Sorry, not plate mount, screw in. Then we have our little bonuses, little extras. Not bonuses, you need them. A nice, really pretty looking braided cable. Does not smell weird. Just got to make sure. We have obviously our actual plate. It is a gasket polycarb, so you could probably see where the little foots go. And then we have all of our foam. This one doesn't actually come with any case foam, which I find interesting. Nothing else. Also, this is super soft, the inside of this case. Also, I already opened this, so just ignore that. But here is the case. We got this really unique kind of blue, almost jawbreakery anodization. I really like how it looks, and I really like the little back piece. It's like a little dragon or something, or tiger. It's probably a tiger. It's called the Tiger80. I'm very smart, as you can probably tell. Oh, but first, I wanted to show you guys the keycaps. So this is the switches. Here are the Akko Cream Blue V3s. These are some very tactile switches. They have a very unique feel to them. They almost feel kind of like the Bobas, but they have a little bit more of a different creaminess to them, obviously. And then these are the Very Cool keycaps. If you haven't seen Very Cool, I would highly recommend the site. They have some awesome clothes, some very silly clothes, but they also just made this set of PBT die sub keycaps, and they are very cool. So let's fast forward a little bit. I have just finished clipping and lubing all of the stabilizers, as you can see, all the little pieces that I clipped off. I'm going to go with cherry. Normally, I would want to upgrade or try something different, but I remember I made a build with cherry stabs, and I actually liked it a lot more than I expected. So next, let's take apart the keyboard with the magic of the Wow Stick. Like the other KBD fans board, this has like those little star screws, which I find interesting. It's a very interesting choice to not use the same style of screw kind of the whole way through. But hey, I mean, as long as they provide the tools, which they did, I just used the Wow Stick, which has that as well. Let's take a look at the anodization of this board. So I don't know if you can see around the screw holes, there's a little bit of discoloration, very slight. I don't know if that's actually part of the anodization. I honestly can't tell. So I guess that's probably a good thing. Maybe you can see there. It looks like there's a little bit of an imperfection on the inside, but I mean, obviously you're not going to be seeing the inside of the keyboard very much, so I think it's okay. So I'm going to fast forward us a little bit because I don't want you to watch me just struggling to get these dang things screwed in, but we used the KBD fans shims that it came with, and I installed the the clipped, lubed, and tuned and wire balanced stabilizers. I don't want to forget that I actually did something good. And then we fast forward to having all of these switches in. So these are 3 pins, and I was a little worried about having that be a problem with the gasket mount, but it turned out that it was totally fine, no issue. I've been using the keyboard for a few days, and I've had nothing go wrong. So if I could describe this keyboard while we install the daughter board, it would be easy. Almost every other keyboard has had some sort of like weird, almost like catastrophe where I'm like, oh my god, I have to redo the whole thing, or I missed something or whatever. But honestly, this one just was easy. There was no major stopgap. So I also installed the gaskets in between these cuts. The only major issues were the keys. The keycaps didn't really support the spacebar layout, but that's more of a preference thing. And then also I almost messed up the tape mod and took the paper with the sticker, but once I got it, it fit really well and even had a little cutout for the port, which is really, really cool. And then I also almost missed one of the gaskets. It was kind of sticking up, but you just have to realign them, make sure they're good, and it was easy peasy. And as you are wont to do, I went through and I checked every single key while it was plugged in, make sure that they're all good to go. I only had one bent switch and everything else just worked. So kudos to you, Akko. Also, dang, that flex, dude. This thing is so flexy. And we got the footies on there, so all we have to do now is put the keycaps on. So not only did I have to speed up this footage, but I also will cut this footage because I spent so long just picking which keycaps I wanted where. There are so many options in this set. Also, I love the space bar, kind of the sword looking thing. It's very neat. But I spent so long just picking all of the keycaps that I went way over time, and I was like, I'll just do this off camera. And so here it is. I think I changed one or two after I finished this video. I think I put the Sheeb instead of the F13 key. So you could probably see the little gap between Control, Win, Alt, and the space bar on both sides. That is because you need slightly longer Control and Alt caps, and then you need a 1 unit Windows key. But I mean, I could have done it for one of the keys, but it would have been weird to have it not correct on both, or like not correct on one side but correct on the other. So I just kind of left it. I still like it aesthetically. Like, I actually don't mind that there's a little gap there, but I know some people will probably be fucking driven crazy by that. I'm not one of those people. I actually just really like how this keyboard turned out in general, and I think aesthetically it is incredible. Like, it is just one of the best keyboards aesthetically I think I've ever made. And so let us go and do a sound test. So I really quite like how this board sounds. It has a really interesting, I'm going to call it the spacebar paradox, where if I do the spacebar completely by itself, I don't like how it sounds, but when I type with this, I actually don't mind it. I just wanted to show off the keycaps a little bit more because they're just so nice, and the back and everything. I just think this really aesthetically came together, and the sound fits. It's very creamy, very poppy, a little marbly. I like it a lot. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.